Doug Lytle surprised the world by beating a group of American superstars at the 1984 Olympic trials. No one expected Lytle to make the team, but he came up with the performance of his life, eventually clearing 18 feet 9 inches. With that, the 21-year-old became one of the youngest members of the 1984 Olympic team. Lytle started as a precocious 12-year-old, annoying his mother by removing clothes rods from the closet to fashion his first pole. Jumping over a clothesline in the backyard, the young Lytle would land in a homemade pit of old furniture store foam. Lytle became a collegiate star at Kansas State University. He soon became known more for his technical ability than his size and strength. Lytle is now regarded as one of the event's very best technicians. In 1985, he achieved another honor, winning the TAC National Indoor Championship.
Hi, I'm Doug Lytle. During the next 30 minutes or so, Patsy Walker is going to help me demonstrate some basic drills and techniques that I've used to improve my vault from 8 feet 2 inches to 18 feet 9 inches in the 1984 Olympic trials. Okay, Patsy, the first thing we're going to learn how to do is how to grip the pole. You grip the pole as a right-hander with your right hand being the top hand, palm face up, like so. And the left hand will be palm face down, about shoulders width apart. Now there's a little trick to gripping the pole with your top hand, and that is to roll the knuckles of your hand around the pole real tight. This will enable you to have a full pull and extension when you're planting the pole. Now this can be related to, very simply, a muscle up if you're familiar with a gymnastics high bar. You know, so many young athletes, they'll do muscle up like this, and then they'll pull, and then they'll roll their hands over, and then they'll push. Well, see, they're rolling their hands over where the knuckles are on top of the pole. Where if you can roll your hands over first, you'll just pull here and push without moving. So that will allow a full extension on the pull when you plant the pole. So that top hand needs to be rolled around just slightly to where it's not uncomfortable, but to where it's at a slight angle. And again, the bottom hand, palm face down, about shoulder width apart. Next is how to carry the pole properly. The pole is to be carried just slightly across chest, above head level, with your right hand resting on the hip, your left hand kind of broken at a 90-degree angle, supporting the pole. Again, your hands are about shoulder width apart, and the pole should move independently of your upper body, and so you want it to be kind of a shock absorber effect, to where it'll just ride on that hip, but where you can run without obstructing the pole's movement. Now, Patsy, we've learned how to grip the pole and how to carry it. Now we need to learn how to plant the pole properly. This is a very important step because this is where you deliver all the energy from the ground. So the earlier and more efficient the plant is, the more efficient your vault will be in the end. The key on this is to get the pole down, ready to enter the box. And so the thing I used to do when I was younger is as I approached the box, I would keep the tip of the pole between my line of sight and the plant box itself. We're going to use a 4-step approach, carrying the pole at our hip and across our chest. And within our 4 steps, we're going to lower it down, getting it towards the box and then planting above our head. So it looks something like this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. On your 4th count, you will drive your knee into the pit, okay? One, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Okay, now that we've learned the basic 4-step plant drill, we're going to do a very basic beginner's plant drill, jogging with the pole towards the box and planting and just riding into a standing position. And so this is very easy. We're going to grip the pole and carry it by our side, jogging towards the box, lowering the tip as we get close to the box, planting and riding through to our feet. So it'll look something like this. Good. Now that was a good one. Very good. Okay, Patsy, now we're going to move to the rock back drill. Now what this involves is running to the box as we've done in the past, planting the pole as high as we can reach, very much like the plant drill, except in this phase of the vault we're going to swing our bodies up to the top of the pole. Now how to go about doing that is first there's a slight delay at the box, which will cause your upper body to move forward, keeping your trail leg behind the body. This will balance out the weight. This also will create the inverse C relationship in the body. As you drive this knee in, and this separation occurs for just that split second, then you'll swing your trail leg through very aggressively, breaking this lower arm to the inside of the pole, which will allow you to come back to the top of the pole very smoothly. Okay? And it'll look about like this. Good. We've learned the basic rock back drill. Now it's time to learn the pull and turn. Now there's a few easy keys to this, and that is, first of all, if you were to grip the pole as you were upside down, so sit with your legs out straight, gripping the pole as you would if you were upside down so the ground is behind us. Now, first of all, we need to concentrate on getting our hips and our torso as close to the pole as possible. So the first movement would be actually leaning backwards or laying out this way. As you can see, as you lay out, the pole will pull up the body. So most of the pull will originate through the abdominal muscles. Now, at that point, you'll continue your pull. As you have this speed, you'll continue your pull this way, rolling to your side to turn and then push. That's correct. When I was younger, I used to jump in my backyard, and like every young vaulter, I had the problem with when I got to the rock back position and was about to pull, I would pull out and shoot at the crossbar this way. And so what happened is, as I saw the crossbar, I would just barely clear it, if not barely miss it. And so how I overcame this handicap was that I jumped between 2 large oak trees in my backyard, and as I would go up towards the bar, I would see a branch in the distance that appeared to be about 2 feet higher than the bar itself. And so I would then pull and shoot up 2 feet higher than the bar. And what I was doing, and just wasn't aware of it, was that I was moving my hips closer to the pole and pulling up the pole. Okay? So let's give that a try. Good. She does it really pretty well, you know it. She does it better than I do it.
How'd you do it?
Okay. All right, Patsy. We've completed a number of drills, from plant drills to rock back drills to pull and turn drills. We've learned how to get our belly face towards the bar. So let's take a few vaults. We'll move our run back a little bit and just stride into the box like we've learned, plant the pole with a full extension, and have some fun. Okay? first phase of the vault, and probably most important phase, is the plant step or takeoff position. As you can see, the vaulter's takeoff hand or top grip is directly over his takeoff foot. His lead leg or drive leg is coming off the ground at about a 45-degree angle. So the delivery of energy is going to come off the ground between 40 and 45 degrees through one leg, through the kneecap of the other, into the pole itself. The front arm or lower arm, left arm, is going to be slightly flexed. This will allow for a cushion or shock absorber effect directly at the plant. The next phase of the vault is what I call the inverse C position. Now as the athlete delivers energy from the ground, he's going to have a tendency to want to move forward. His hands will be connected to the pole, but his upper body will want to move forward. The key here is to keep this trail leg behind the athlete's center of gravity. This will balance out the weight. Now the drive leg is going to want to move forward with the upper body, which will create a large separation here. Now what will occur, if you recall, at the plant phase of the vault, this arm was slightly flexed. Now the inverse C will help store energy into the pole, which will help the pole move forward and away from the athlete to create a full extension of both arms. Now the Europeans define this, the pole vault, as the pole being a plane, and anything that crosses the plane is lost energy into the pole. Now as you will see later in the vault through the rock back position, because of this inverse C position, it will allow a minimum part of the body to break the plane of the pole, which will deliver a maximum amount of energy from the pole later in the vault. The next phase of the vault is the rock back phase. Now this phase is sometimes considered a little tougher than what it really is, but I've broken it down very simply into 2 points of rotation. To begin with, the entire body is going to lever around the top hand. However, the first point of rotation is going to occur at the hips. Now as you can recall, the inverse C position, just one step prior to this, is in this position here. Now at this point, after the energy has been stored into the pole, this leg will swing through in an elongated position until it reaches parallel to the ground. Now what will occur here is this leg will continue to load energy into the pole and maintain the energy that has already been transferred from the initial takeoff. This brings us to the second point of rotation, which occurs through the shoulders itself. Now, as you recall, the first point of rotation, the trail leg was swinging through until it was parallel with the ground. At this point, there is going to be a tremendous force of gravity that will pull on that leg. So you want to, at that time, kind of bring those legs in or retract them into the body, which will allow you to rotate through your shoulders quite a bit easier. The next phase of the vault is what we call the extension phase. Now at this point you've just completed your rock back and your body will need to extend in a straight upward path. Now what's happening with the pole here is the pole is going to be responding in this direction, a whipping direction. What you have to do is counter that by pulling up the pole as it's responding. So by the time the pole is in an upright position, you and the pole will become just essentially an extension of the pole. So if this were the pole right here, this red line would represent the body. As the body is completing the turn phase, you'll want to let go of the pole with your bottom or left hand. At that point, you will push down the pole with your right hand, completing the turn so that your body will be belly face to the bar. At that particular moment, as you release the pole, you would want to turn the thumbs or roll the thumbs inward, which will cause the elbows to bow outward, increase the distance between your arms and your body so that you'll have maximum bar clearance. Also, a key is to inhale through the lungs to hollow out your chest. This will increase the area over the bar to ensure for a maximum apex on both the front, top, and back side of the crossbar itself. At that point, you want to completely relax your body and let it just drift over the bar and fall to a nice, graceful, comfortable landing. A good pole vaulter needs the speed of a sprinter, the strength of a weightlifter, and the agility of a gymnast. I have developed a basic training program based on these needs. To begin with, I always warm up properly. This will include basic stretching exercises. I first start with the neck and shoulders, proceed to move down the body, stretching each muscle group. Can you show me benching this? And watch me bench this baby. Good. Nice lift. I've enjoyed the pole vault for 11 years now, and I hope some of the basic drills you've seen today will help you on your way to your next personal record. Good luck.